you talk about longevity of the devices. We also worry about abandonment and the use of those devices. Who owns the device and its ability to be disabled remotely if it's no longer fit for use, even if those consumers or industrial companies are still using them, right? Who's got that liability or responsibility? That that could make for some interesting discussions going forward as the years come by. Also, sure, you asked a little bit about what the challenges are for these manufacturers coming into the market. Again, as I said earlier, I think that one of the things that we see both, again, as consumers as well as businesses, is that they have to see it as a complete product. As a consumer, how many times do I see a really great product or device where it's got pretty bad software? And certainly I'm always attuned to that, and whether that's a usability issues or functional issues, we are all now smarter and should start asking questions as to whether or not, before I go ahead and sign up for an account, is it secure? And what am I doing once I start entering and providing data? But at the end of the day, from a manufacturer's point of view, we'd certainly like to see more of a combined effort. That obviously software development is more agile. We're seeing more rapid releases. It's a lot harder to do that on hardware. Hence the fact that it has to be built for the future, as Gordon and Michael commented on. The areas of risk, and Steve touched on it. I mean, whether it's security or scale or nefarious actors or any of these other things, it's liability, right? These are individual pieces of software, whether they're embedded or drivers or overall, complete management administration systems, whether those be stored locally, stored on a cloud, or stored on the device. Who ends up with liability in these events? And autonomous vehicles get a lot of publicity for that, and just connected vehicles in general. They don't have to be autonomous as Steve was saying, to have bad things happen, or potentially. So I certainly spend a lot of time thinking about that. Who owns the responsibility? What are the liable parties when bad things happen? Who is thinking besides me? Who's sitting around thinking about all the bad things that could happen? And then obviously that all translates into budgets. It translates into decision making during the software development lifecycle, and integration to the hardware products themselves. And how do you do all of that? And I think Gordon, you mentioned it at the beginning, but putting these, or actually, the coffee maker example is a good one. These devices aren't very expensive sometimes to create, and so just because you're creating a cheap physical device or a lower cost physical device, it doesn't mean it has to be cheap in quality.